rolling.
We are rolling.
So you think kids don't know what pencil sharpeners are? The old one that you would roll?
Well, those might be extinct.
Yeah.
No, I use them at work all the time. Oh, the kids in school, you don't think they use them? Pencils?
No, you know the one that was like stationary and you'd
spin
wind
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
You would grind it.
yeah.
I think maybe they stopped doing maintenance on them, and then they just pull them out. You know what I mean?
they fired the pencil sharpener repairman.
Yeah, because all the cutbacks on schools and stuff. It's like they fired the guy who's maintaining.
Do you guys
it.
remember waiting in line to sharpen your pencil?
Well, yeah, because no one actually wanted to do the work. You wanted to, as soon as there was a sign, you want to get up and go do something else,
Stretch
like
your
go
legs.
sharpen your pencil.
And you're sitting there where you're testing your hand. You're like, I don't know the answer. You broke it. You're like, I got sharpened, miss. I got sharpened.
Yeah.
And then you walk past the other kids' test.
You check the answers.
Yeah.
See as many as you can get in there.
Shit, I thought I was the only one that knew about that trick.
Do you think if you were in school today, you'd be a dunce and just use AI for everything and then not know anything at all?
Yep.
100%.
Oh, come on.
That's what real life is like.
Oh, this is yogurt?
That's the number one flavor, actually. It's the number one flavor in Korea, yogurt.
Welcome to the Portugal Corner, the podcast where we talk about all things Portuguese soccer, the good, the bad, and the funny. It's episode 165. I'm Evan.
Patrick.
Justin.
Chris,
Hey-oh. What's poppin'?
just sitting here, I'm freaking freezing.
So
man.
cold down here.
It's cold.
It's so cold in
got
this basement.
Yep.
Oh,
It's colder down here than it is outside.
Yeah.
It might be.
that can't be true.
Has anyone ever said that before?
And it's rainy out there.
Yeah, it's not even that cold outside.
Piss and rain.
Uh-huh.
Could be snow, but it isn't.
Oh, yeah,
Why
exactly.
could it be snow?
I was like, is it going to
It's
turn into snow?
December.
It is December.
Practically Christmas.
That's what got to be one of our worst intros. Come on. Coming in hot with the weather.
The weather.
Cold down
Weather,
here.
yeah. On the ones and tens, man.
I forgot. Well, you know,
We're giving you the weather update.
How's traffic?
speaking about the traffic and the ones and tens, we actually don't need to be doing that anymore. We're off Palma Radio. We've been cut.
Oh,
We've
shit.
been cut from Palma Radio.
They don't open our messages.
We've been left on red.
We
This is
got-
what Evans
No,
would
they don't
say.
read them.
No, ghosted. Not even on red.
Ghosted,
Fucking
left on
ghosted.
red.
Yeah, send them an
don't
email you up.
We're just on a.
They put this one on. we just go in for like half an hour.
Send us your latest stuff.
I'll tell you what, we're not doing traffic anymore. We're not doing traffic. We're not doing weather. Take that.
Yeah.
It's backed up on the Golden Gate Bridge.
All right. Guys, Lisandro Lopez retired. Remember this guy? You probably didn't like him.
No, not a fan.
I fucking hated this guy, man. He'd always be a threat. He'd always score. He'd always be doing good things for Porto. I never liked a player who did good things for Porto. Yeah, they loved him. Ugh. Him and Lucho.
His bald ass
little
head.
Argentinian partnership.
Yep.
His little goatee soul patch.
He had a mean left foot. He did have a nasty soul patch, Lisandro.
Well, you know, I'm talking shit about him. You gotta talk. You gotta big him up. What are your beautiful memories of him? How do you feel? How did he make you feel?
He was just like when I started watching soccer. He was the striker. He was the guy at Porto. It was those years, the Quaresma, Lisandro, Lucho years.
I'm more interested in watching his hairline diminish, and he still looks good bald, so I don't know.
You know what?
Maybe that's what I gotta do.
His hairline is always
Yeah,
strong.
come on, Chris.
He shaves it.
Yeah, he had hair at the beginning.
You tell me this man could have a nice head of hair and he shaves it?
Yeah, I think even when he was at Lyon, he could have just had a full head of hair, but he shaved
Right,
it.
that's where he ended up going.
What
to,
a
right?
sin.
It's a power move.
He had many years at Lyon too. I think it was like 2009 through 2013. But yeah, this guy's got to be like fucking 40. I don't even know.
Yeah, 41. I heard is what I heard. So almost same age as Nene. If he wanted to change allegiances, Benfica is looking for a striker. We and Patrick and Evan actually did have a conversation this weekend when we were at Rosa Branca that maybe we should leave the sort of hair talk over to Chris. I think it feels kind of bad if we're always the ones talking about, because we got the full head. So it's
now you're bringing up his head.
Yeah, you're really
calling him out.
No, I'm saying
nobody knows what it looked like, but now they just picture a weird balding guy.
Yeah, man, Chris could have been a full afro this whole time. They don't know.
You just outed me, a podcast that doesn't do video. Now everybody knows I'm a balding man.
Just describe him. He's a gross balding man.
You've talked about it.
Yeah. No, that's fine. You can comment on anyone's hair. That's okay. You have your own hair opinions. I got my hair opinions. You look at him and you go, wow, what a beautiful head of hair. And then I go, why is he fucking shaving it?
I like how we had this Three Stooges celebration. I was watching Three Stooges the other day. That shit's so funny.
Classical slapstick. Yeah.
Classic, yeah.
I actually downloaded a whole season, or I think it was the whole entire Three Stooges way back in the day on Pirate Bay, like the torrent website.
Nice.
And I used to put on to fall asleep to. Classic falling asleep material right there.
That seems really loud.
Mo's really mad to being mean to Curly, I think.
There was one where the guy, who's the chubby guy that's like with the short hair?
I never remember their names. I remember their names. I don't remember which one is which.
It's Larry.
Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Yeah, but like one guy had a stroke and then his brother took over, and his brother was Shem, and he was terrible. He could not fill those shoes.
You tell me in the later years
They got Shem.
there's
Yeah.
Shem?
You got Shem.
I don't remember the Shem era.
Their Shem was way. You were too old for Three Stooges at that point, even though it's a show from like the 1930s.
So this is the original guy. Then what's
Yeah,
the
Larry,
Shem?
Curly, Mo.
This is Shem. This is his brother.
Oh, the old guy. No, I seen that guy. He sucks. Fuck that guy.
Sucks ass.
Shemming Shemmers.
He looks like alfalfa, but as an old man.
Yeah, like ancient.
Okay, so here's another thing about do kids know? Kids don't know the Three Stooges anymore, because when we were growing up, there was like four. I would make us sound ancient, like we're grandparents. There was 4 channels, and they were just playing Batman from the '60s, Three Stooges, and motherfucking Popeye.
I mean, I had YTV. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
No, YTV was playing Popeye and shit during the day. There was less shows on. There's less like content. There's less stuff. You know?
Yeah. And every time you put on an old movie, there's that little frog would come out and be like, "Hello, my baby." Hello, my honey.
Hello, my darling.
Yeah. They have updated a bunch of shit though for them. I heard like they have new Bugs Bunny in there, kind of like. It looks like if you put Bugs Bunny on like an Instagram filter. Have you ever seen like a filter on your face where it kind of like rosy cheeks you up and smooths you out?
Yeah, it's
They make everything look like that. So they got Bugs Bunny looking like that.
Bugs Bunny, cute Bugs Bunny. Nah, I don't like that. None of that. That's weird.
Anyways, in other slapstick matters, Abel Ferreira apparently says he's going to finish his contract at Palmeiras, take a 6-month sabbatical, and then he's going to come back to coaching. And Porto want him, Sporting want him. It's a little bit tug of war there.
So not this year.
I think it's going to be the start of the next season that he chooses his team. And it might not be in Portugal. It could be anywhere.
Well, you said an interesting thing on this weekend when we were hanging out, which was that if Porto gets rid of their manager, you got all 3 with a change of managers in the same season. That rarely happens, right?
And even more interesting, if João Pereira gets fired, that's 3 firings.
Ooh.
If Victor Bruno gets fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off with their heads.
That's an if. So Benfica set the tone early. He said, we're switching up the manager. We don't like this guy. I can't believe. Starting with Schmidt, I mean, that feels like a decade ago. That feels like the Three Stooges were on TV.
It was a long time
that
ago.
was happening.
Yeah.
But first, Braga fired the Megamind.
Yeah, right off the bat.
That was quick, man.
The Megamind.
I was watching Megamind.
That guy's dome is huge. You've seen it?
I was watching Megamind yesterday.
What? I've never even seen it. I know the guy has a big head. Is he smart?
Yeah. It's Will Ferrell. It's Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, and Brad Pitt.
That was probably good.
Wild casting.
I got one more thing before we get started.
Yeah.
Figo's on a bit of a press tour. I think he's like
Yes. Figo Corner.
Figo, a little bit of Figo Corner. I think he was on.
He's trying to push that merch that he can't sell.
Yeah, he's
It's too expensive.
He's got factory. He's got fucking
It's fucking $500 like a flannel.
warehouses full of shit.
Get rid of this shit.
So he just put out a sneaker that looks kind of nice. It's like a cleat. It has like the over on top of the laces, like the leather like over tongue protector on top of the laces.
Never liked those.
You never like those? I think it looks like a nice sneaker.
That's like a boot almost.
Oh, it's like an Adidas kind of thing, or like like a leather,
like a Diodora. But it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but he's making like a designer sneaker out of that. So he's saying it's for function and for fashion. So I guess the thought is like, hey, if you get caught up in a keepy up match on the streets of Paris or something,
No, it's
like
you're
that we
at-
saw.
the
You're
first
at a,
one.
You're at a wedding.
Yeah,
Ooh.
No.
Chris
Oh,
likes.
that tongue is huge.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's covering the laces, kind of blocking. Anyways, so that's about the design portion of the show.
And how much are those? I was gonna set you back like $1,000.
Yeah, I'll set you back.
For sure.
Euros.
Yeah.
So he goes on this like Spanish talk show and stuff, and the guy's just asking him all kinds of crazy questions. He has some good answers for some, but just he's asking him what did he ask him? He asked him how much money he has, which was like kind of what I wanted to know. And he goes, well, he does the classic answer of less than I'd like, but more than you have.
Yeah. Oh, I like that answer.
Good answer. But
He's like
then
joking around a bit.
Yeah, it's a comedy show, and then he kind of narrows it down to around. He says between 20 and 50. That's what he said.
Million?
Yeah, million
Oh.
euros.
I would have thought more.
That's
Yeah.
good.
You would have thought more? You thought he was in the 100 millions era?
Well, with this new,
Well, his
he's
clothing line's not selling.
$700 belts. Yeah, I would have thought he's loaded.
Well, he just invested in all that shit, so he's got to wait for it to come
Yeah,
out.
he said it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
He said a lot of it's not liquid. You know, he's got investments.
It's all in belts.
It's caught up in assets.
It's in leather. It's in the leather shop.
yeah. So then he asked him. Then the guy asked him, "What do you prefer more, masturbating or having sex?"
He asked him that?
Yeah. Did you guys see that? See
No.
the clip I sent you guys?
No,
I didn't
it's in
watch the whole thing.
Spanish.
And he was like, "Well, it depends on the time. It depends what you're after, kind of deal."
What the fuck?
None of these women are doing it for me. I gotta take care of business myself.
Well, yeah.
He does some crazy gooning shit.
He's got a wife. Yeah. So officially,
What do you think he's using the belts for?
Luis Figo's officially a gooner. He's a gooner.
Got all these fucking belts.
Belts and leather.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a gooner.
Leather.
Okay, so that's what I had to say about that.
Well,
Oh, that was some good stuff. And then apparently, this might be AI too. I don't trust anything on the internet anymore, but Ronaldo Jr. scored a hat trick against Al Hilal in the U15 Saudi League.
Cool, that's probably easy.
Yeah, I saw the clips actually.
Oh, there's clips.
I wasn't too
You
impressed.
can find Ronaldo Jr. highlights, but we can't find Olympiacos highlights.
No, you can't. That's so true.
wow.
There's the name Cristiano Jr. carries a lot of weight around the world, you know.
Apparently. Okay. All right. Portuguese league and our Portuguese teams. What did they do this week? Sporting, despite an early goal in the Champions League, they fall to frickin' Bruges 2-1. The Lions' slump continues. Another bumbling attempt.
They
Well, Bruges is on fire. We picked that up. We determined that the week prior.
Late
Good
goal.
team.
Sporting goalies. I don't trust them. Frangos.
Yeah. Israel. We don't like them.
The player.
The player. And then on the weekend, João Pereira finally gets Amorim on that iPad, and they figure out how to win a game. They beat Boavista 3-2. Close match. Gyökeres with one. Trincão with 2 goals. Our old friend Bajnik would score for the black and white, as would Oneyamachi. Does this mean anything for Vitor Pereira? Or...
It means another week. It means he's not going just yet. I think a loss or a draw would have been the end, and they would have put another interim in there. I really like the joke all the Sportingistas were making that they got Ruben Amorim on FaceTime, and that's how they finally won a game.
They're so into that iPad.
This coaching staff, these 3 guys, they're like the 3 stooges.
In a way, yeah. And they got and they do have Shem.
Yeah, they have Shem. They don't have the good one, yeah.
It was a good result for them. I was thinking Boavista, would typically, against the bigger teams, sometimes they show out. Who the fuck knows? But I'm trying to figure out as a Benfica, what is the best game to keep him around for? What's the game I want him to lose the most? Obviously, he's got a Taça game I would love for them to lose against Santa Clara. They have a game against Benfica that I would love for them to lose. So hopefully they can stick around for that much longer and just kind of not have an idea of or a plan going into the match and just kind of like wing it and get fucked up.
Oh, next week Santa Clara. That's huge.
Yeah.
Be great to drop
That's
some
Taça.
points there.
No, Taça.
That's a toss.
Oh, it's Taça. Well, yeah, Santa Clara goes far. Hey, if João Pereira can hold on for 3 games, 3 weeks until Christmas.
Now, Patrick's saying they probably won't get a new coach in for that period, but I don't see how you can't not if he keeps stumbling. You know what I mean?
Who are you gonna get? It's Christmas time. they gotta see their family.
Everyone's busy.
It's busy.
It's busy season
for the
though.
holidays.
Sporting, you know what Sporting wants for Christmas? A new coach.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Will they get one?
How the hell do you think Santa's gonna make that happen?
What if they got Santa Claus?
As the coach, he's
Yeah.
so busy right now. There's no
might as well.
way.
This is why Palma dropped us. Dumbass shit like that. They're gonna get Santa Claus to coach a team.
Let's talk serious.
What does he know about the Portuguese league?
He
He knows everything.
He goes everywhere.
Oh, true.
He's an international man.
And he goes, Jean-Pierre, you've been a very naughty boy.
They would just bring them new iPads. He's a merchandise guy. It's not an idea, man.
The best I can do is new iPads. I can't coach the team for you.
You all get iPads with 5G.
Bovista fought well. We got Bosnick on the board. Where's he been?
Who knows?
No one knows.
Remember when he was the new Peter Musa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never ended up happening.
I say he doesn't look like a footballer. He looks a little bit more like a tennis player.
You don't like his body?
I think he's just like. I'm glad we didn't go in for him.
He looks like a striker, though. Like lanky guy.
I'm glad we didn't go in for him. He would have just been Musa 2.0. But then think about it. I mean, maybe we'd be better off with Musa. We'll get to that.
I
We'll
wish
get
we
to
had
that.
Musa.
All right, let's get to it. Benfica. Benfica Bologna 0-0. The Birds hold on to a point as they brace themselves for Barca in the next round of the Champions League.
Biggest problem with this team, I turn it on. As soon as I turn it on, we score. I get so happy. I'm like, holy shit. Fucking Pavlidis scores. I couldn't believe it.
That's a Christmas gift in itself.
Chipped the goalie and the ball went in the net. And then they call it back for offside. And you're like, of course. Obviously.
Yeah,
Guy
he was
can
way
actually
offside.
fucking score. Guy can actually fucking score. Then he gets another chance in the second half that's just like, everyone goes, what an amazing save. This is an incredible save. I'm going, this guy should be putting in the fucking net. He's fucking driving me nuts, this man.
Yeah, this goalie made a lot of saves, but it's not like we were giving him very tough tests.
You guys need
You
that
must
other.
find a way to score it. This is the game where I thought, someone like Gonzalo Ramos, who's had a great week at PSG, him on the team, Darwin Núñez on the team, they found a way to put the ball in the back of the net. People are going to laugh at me saying this guy's mentioning Darwin Núñez. The guy he got the ball in the net.
He gets the ball all the way up the field at least.
And in the net sometimes.
And sometimes in the net.
In the Portuguese league, people were like, whoa. I was like, whoa.
He scored a lot, yeah.
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 I bet even Seferovic would have scored.
You think Seferovic would have scored that chance? I don't know.
That
about
is a name I
Seferovic.
haven't heard in a very long time. Good old
Anyways,
Safari.
he's
How about this name? Hassan Yebda.
Yeah. Patrick brought up Hassan Yebda to
What the
me.
hell is that?
Yabba-dabba-doo.
He was a player we used to have in the 09-10 season. Is when you just hear a name and you're like, wow, I remember that. Hassan Yebda. All the Benfiquistas out there, remember Yebda?
He had a pretty good season one time.
One time, yeah. And do you remember if you were from Toronto at that time period, and this is for the Toronto Benfiquistas, Hassan Yebda
And Leafs fans.
and Leafs fans, we had a player at the exact same time called Lebda. So me and Patrick were working with Lebda and Yebda at the same time.
That part of my life was an Ebda part.
Era.
I was getting them confused. I was saying Yebda, Lebda.
You
This
were
guy
the-
had 1 goal in 25 games.
But the
Who
goal was
let-
against Sporting, I think. or
Okay, he was
Porto.
pretty shit. Yeah, so what? But he was our shit.
He won Player of the Month once, okay, in the Portuguese league in September.
for
I
that-
looked this up before we got here. Me and Patrick did some research on the Yebda Lebda situation, and it was
Draw
against Porto.
February 2009.
This guy wouldn't even made João wonder, even if he was Portuguese.
He was French, and he's just one. It's just one of those names where it just takes you back to a place. And I remember what those numbers looked like, what that jersey looked like. He was Yebda, and he had yellow hair, and that was him, you know. And then Brett Lebda, he was another shit player on the Leafs at the exact same time. So yeah, just shout out to that. Shout out to
Lebda was bad. He was worse for the Leafs than Yebda was for Benfica.
We just wanted to talk about that because it was just a core memory we had. And I hope the other Benfiquistas, the Toronto Benfiquistas, remember Yebda Lebda.
Yebda Lebda.
Anyways, back to Bologna.
Bologna.
Yeah, I think to lose 0-0,
It's not a loss, it's a tie.
It felt like it's a tie that felt like a loss, Chris.
Yeah. A lot of tie. Well, when you're rooting for a team, a tie does feel like a loss.
And it's a team you should beat. Bologna?
Yes, so that's how we started out the week. A team we
Guys,
should beat in the
wait,
Champions
before
League
we
to
go
come up
anywhere,
with 3 points.
I don't know if it's good omens or bad omens, but Chris,
Yep.
on your partner's Instagram, she shared bald eagles flying around.
Oh, she did. Yeah, in her right outside the house, 2 bald eagles flew.
2 bald eagles.
Did you see that?
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
She dropped a work call to go outside and take a video of 2 bald eagles.
Very
flying by.
Azorian of her.
Yes.
But all these Eagle teams, bad weeks.
That's because the eagle powers were in Milton.
Yes, on this side of the ocean.
So you got eagles,
Eagles,
raccoons, coyotes.
Yep.
And what do they feed on? Little squirrels and raccoons and
Probably
stuff?
there's a lot-
Garbage.
geese, garbage. Yeah,
Geese. They got geese out there?
there's geese. A lot of geese.
You got all the wildlife.
Yeah.
What you guys better? All I'm saying is you better keep those 2 pugs close on your walks.
Oh, the little Frenchies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a walking pot roast for these days.
The eagles, the coyotes, they're just seeing them on a spike spinning around over a fire.
Yeah.
They don't even know how to make fire, but they heard it tastes good.
Yeah,
That's why they're circling your house.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
That's why you get so much shit around your house.
Yeah.
They all know, they can smell them.
it's the 2 little pot roasts walking back and forth. Yeah.
Actually, now that you're making me think about it, they got a lot of good meat on their bones.
Those little Frenchies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cook one of those up, you got a stew going.
All right, sorry about that interlude.
We're not gonna eat the dogs.
We're not going to apologize for talking about it.
Yeah.
Benfica thought.
I'm so glad we're off Palma because we never had that conversation on Palma. They would have canceled.
Were you
us.
being more straight edge because we were on?
I
was holding back.
I never held back for Palma once.
I was holding back, man. I was like, we're on a show with another Portuguese 2 lady podcast.
No, I said take us or leave us, Palma.
This is us.
Take
they-
us as we are.
I said take us or leave us, but I never said ghost us. That's what they did.
They left our asses.
Yeah.
Benfica thought a trip to AVS would be easy, and even after holding a 1-0 lead up to the 90th, but Cristiano Devenish ties the game in extra time and saves a point for the Portuguese minnows.
Yeah, we go up to Aves. Speaking of ties, I feel like a loss. We're at
Yeah.
Rosa Branco. We watched the whole game together. The 3 of us, not you, Chris. You were protecting your dogs from imminent danger.
Yep.
But it looked all comfortable. It looked all good. We get Zeki Amdouni starting and Artur Cabral. Okay, like that. Different from Pavlidis. Pavlidis wasn't working. And right away, first half, Zeki Amdouni, what's he doing?
He's playing great.
He's peppering the goalie.
Yeah.
He's
Taking
taking
shots.
shots.
He did a nice back and forth pass, and he just took that shot, scored. Feeling good. Like, Zeki's playing well.
1-0. I love it.
We got Koglu out there doing some stuff.
Absolutely. I love it when we got, when there's a switch up. Because Avs is like, what do you guys want me to say? Avs or AVS? AVS Sad.
I think it's AVS.
AVS
doesn't
Sad.
matter.
AVS Sad.
The team's in Avs.
They're at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we're on a roll, Chris. We're hot.
Yep.
Would you say we're pretty hot except before the Bologna game?
Before the Bologna, yeah, you guys you're streaking.
In the league especially.
Yeah.
So he rotates the squad a little bit. He says, let's put Zeki Amdouni out there. Let's rest Di Maria. Let's rest Otamendi. We'll start finally with Thomas Araujo and Antonio Silva, which is something I wanted to see. Carreras is out because of suspension, so we got Beste in there. Middle, Barrero, and Arsenis. I like that midfield, So he's trying out new stuff. And then it's all going well. And then he takes out Barrero to put in Di Maria, loses the midfield. We can't get anything going in the second half. You see that second half, Evan?
I was just all over them.
They were all over us.
Chance after chance.
There was the chance that hit the post. Remember that? The header hit the post, came back out. Truman made a save.
Yeah.
That would have been a better one to go in because then we would have had some time, maybe wake up call this kind of
Yeah, that was like the 65th or something like that.
Yeah, and you guys play better under the gun.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You guys almost need the other team to score first to be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. So
We were playing these big players like Zé Luís and Lucas Paisan.
Yeah, classics.
Classic guys.
wait, the other team had Lucas Paisan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Paisano.
Paisan. Devonish is a center back?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
He's all over
Devonish
the field.
Devonish.
doing some fouls. Devonish, I think, was one of the foulers, and then he comes back at the end of the game. He scores a big header right at the end. We had no time. We had no chance.
You could feel it coming, though.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a build-up for sure.
but just the switch off in the second half of the second half, that was just like so disappointing. It's like that was another example of a win or a tie that felt like a loss.
Why
We're
does he
trying
got to
to keep
feel like he's
pace.
got to get Di Maria in there every time?
I didn't understand that move.
It's like, like he's on the bench. He's old.
We're winning 1-0.
Why are you going to take off a defensive player for an attacking player who's old?
Di Maria is like his little pacifier, you know? It's like, ooh, I feel so kind. I need my pacifier to stay.
I like Di Maria. I think we needed another one, and we weren't playing too well. Maybe Di Maria can get some offense going.
Yeah, there was a chance actually where Shelderup scored a goal. It was like the most offside you've ever seen somebody, but yeah, at least he kicked it into the net. That was kind of exciting.
I like Shelderup. We should see him more. We only get to see him a little tiny bit at the end.
Agreed. But I think I don't know, the timing of the subs was kind of like. Then he puts on Florentino, try and lock it down. It just never quite is the same as it was in the first half. I think also I've like woke up and they were like
They were feeling good,
Let's
yeah.
get on these guys.
You
know?
couldn't stop him. Yeah.
I don't know. If
Do you
that-
think we needed Pavlidis?
Ooh.
You guys never need Pavlidis.
when he came on,
He can link up well.
Patrick makes the point that he links up well.
He could do stuff. Cabral did nothing.
Yeah, I think maybe Pavlidis over Cabral, but I like Amdouni in there for the game.
Dooney's great.
Make him your striker.
Yeah, he plays striker.
Nah, we've tried that before. He's not a big enough body. He's not a big enough presence. He's easy to take out of that game when he's playing striker. You know?
So are we
You
in
need a
the
big guy?
We're in the striker era of just like you need to be built like a brick shit house.
I
Like,
think
you need
so.
a Gyökeres, a Samu, a Holland.
If you're not one of those guys, you gotta have something really talented about you. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of the guys who do succeed that are like a little smaller, they're fucking amazing. I'm thinking
It's
of right off the top
big,
of my head.
Big brain energy. You know?
Yeah. Masterminds or
Yeah.
whatever they call. What did this guy call them?
Megamind.
Megamind, not Three Stooges. We're talking about Megaminds here.
Yeah.
You got to be a guy like, not crafty, but like so skilled. Like Saviola was so skilled.
Yeah.
Falcao was very skilled.
Yes.
You know, Liedson even is not the biggest body, but
Lanky.
yeah. And it's also like, I kept seeing it in I think it was the Bologna game, where the ball's coming across, right? And Pavlidis is waiting for it behind the defender. Well, the defender's obviously going to make a corta. You got to be aggressive, go in front of the fucking defender and get to your ball first. That's your ball.
Big
Make
part of
the-
it is getting in good positions to score. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Getting
just
in front.
waiting that the defender's going to make a mistake. He's not going to usually make a mistake and have the ball go through his fucking legs. Like, you got to attack that ball, and I don't think Pavlidis does it enough that I'm seeing.
He's a lazy. But yeah, surprising.
Are you saying that Greeks are lazy? Because I've heard that stereotype, but I've never said that. You said it.
They've been around for a long time. They had their early civilization. They started a lot of stuff.
Now they're just chilling.
Now they're just
Putting their
chilling.
feet up.
Yep. But yeah, not the most exciting game, but I mean,
Yeah.
as a Porto fan, I was there and I was very, very happy to see that tying goal in the 93rd.
That's the biggest thing is we were trying to make a run. He wanted to be ahead of Sporting. First place at Christmas time. It's not going to happen, but
It could still happen.
how's it going to happen, Patrick?
Well, we just win the next two games. We got the game in hand, and then we play Sporting, and then if
Not
we
by
win all of that.
Christmas.
I mean, everyone.
Oh, not by Christmas, yeah.
Most people are shitting the bed this week.
The Sporting game is 29th.
Well, before the end of the year, could happen.
Yeah. There's no need. Don't hit the panic button. These fans want to freak out. The fan reaction to this game is like, oh, it's over. We're not winning the league. Everyone wants to yell at the team. It's
Yeah.
not that bad. I mean,
There's a
yeah,
lot
it
of
sucked.
time.
But I think it's a good wake-up call. Like, don't let this shit happen again. Get your shit together.
Yep.
Don't have a second half like that anymore.
It was only a draw. It's not like you guys lost.
But to draw AVS is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
and
not
play
great.
that badly in the second half.
Yeah.
Arsonist said it. We gotta learn from this. We will learn from this. He's trying to be like,
Yeah, he's good the way he spoke. Yeah.
Arsonist said a good thing, and I think a lot of people are jumping off the deep end. Like, you don't need to yell at the guys for that. It's, I mean, it's still pretty early, and it was
what
the
happened?
first time.
What happened to Di Maria and Juntos?
Yeah,
Everyone just forgets about that right away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got to do the hug again.
We're all prisoners of the moment. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
these people just get so incensed and raged. They're like, "What the fuck?" But
You fucking idiot.
But
I
where
will say it was a terrible way to lose. It was a terrible way for Benfica
Tie.
to lose. Oh yeah, tie.
the tie loss?
It was a terrible way to lose. Last second header against one of the bottom teams in the fucking league. Yeah,
Not good.
that's two really drop points. You should be in control of that match. You should finish it.
I agree.
So
You guys were way up north, too.
yeah,
Way up north.
We're always going to the north.
but you know what? You gotta be used to that. It's a crap team though.
On Thursday, we got to go back to Madeira. Hopefully, the weather cooperates.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
The-
gonna be tough.
The makeup game.
Be a cold, rainy night in Madeira against Nacional.
I think coming off this tie, hopefully they know what to do and they know how to kill this game, win this game. Otamendi is definitely going to play. Di Maria is going to play. They're going to put the experienced guys in.
I think they'll
this
be up
one,
for
I
it.
think. Yeah, just I wouldn't kill the coach all of this. I didn't like some of the decisions, but he's done so much up to now that
No.
not killing him yet.
Guy had one bad day. It's
Yeah, exactly.
fine.
He made some decisions that hopefully he learns from too, of not destabilizing the midfield against bottom opposition. Go for that goal. I mean, the goal didn't come. If the goal came, shoulder up scores. Now it's 2-0. Okay,
Yep.
great, but it didn't happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think hopefully reinforcements in January. Hopefully some striker. But anyways,
More
any
than
closing
striker.
points on Benfica?
I want to see Schalder more earlier. Rollheiser maybe more.
Benjamin Rolaiser. Yeah. Anything
Okay.
else?
Now we're good.
All good? Okay. Porto finally with a decisive defeat. Europa League, they beat Midtjylland 2-0. Danny Loader and Samu both on the board. Eustace hits up one assist and Pepe the other. Vitor Bruno starting to experiment with some new tactics. Dropped Nico for that game. I think he might have been injured, but I don't know, it was nice to see. Putting a little more faith in Danny Namaso, which is nice.
Yeah,
Yes, we're-
business as usual. Win with the red card. Yeah.
No, this was the Europa midweek in where's Midtjylland
Midtjylland.
friend? Norway?
Yeah. I'd say Norway.
Yeah.
Denmark?
That sounds right. That sounds a little more correct.
Stop asking.
3 points in Europa. And
Eustakio had a good game?
he did. Man of the match according to FootMob. He's the staple of that midfield. Varela, Nico, Vitor Bruno is kind of changing them in and out. Somewhat injury dependence. Yeah, he's the anchor right now for that midfield.
I like to see that. And also, I like to see. I'm Benfica, but I'm also Canadian, and I like to see him doing well. And I like to see that two different managers, they trust him. They put
Yeah.
him in on the big games. They say he's a steady force. He's a guy I want.
Well, it wasn't
playing.
Yeah, he wasn't doing as well. Maybe beginning of the season, or maybe later in the Conceição era, as he
Yeah.
did when he kind of had that moment where he was. Even Canada gave him like best Canadian Player of the Year.
When he first signed on, yeah.
Yeah.
The first year when they won the league.
Yeah.
We got the picture on the cooler.
Yeah. Epic times. And then today they beat Estrela Amadora 2-0.
Business as usual again. Red
Yep.
card.
Hey,
Very nice, Chris.
well, we were up by 1 before the red card happened, and we were holding that lead the whole time. Thing is, we didn't have what happened to Benfica, where they didn't score a late goal. That might have been because of that 74th minute red card. But Nico Gonzalez scores today early on in the 12th minute.
The hell was
Nice.
that goal? It just went by everyone to
Yeah.
Nico.
No one was looking at it. Nico just standing there, pops it in.
That's too fishy.
Yeah. Later in the game, the kids come on. Rodrigo Mora, he sets up Gonzalo Borges, nice little mouse hole into the corner goal. I love this. I love seeing the kids.
I saw someone on
nice.
Twitter. Sorry if I forget their name. They said that Gonzalo Borges was kind of a clown because he scores and then he goes to the fans like, "I can't hear you now. Let's hear it now." And it's like, well, you haven't been good yet. You know what I mean? Like
He hasn't really been on the field enough.
you're whistling. The whistling and the criticisms have come because your performances aren't there yet.
Kind of mid.
So it kind of mids, and now you score one goal and you go, what the fuck's up? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. Remember the Benfica game? He like got in the linesman's face or something.
yeah, just kind of like yeah, he's classic Porto. Then they're gonna love him there.
They've trained him
the
well.
game.
They're gonna love him up there.
One goal with an extra man on the field, and he did that celebration.
He did like the ears
Come on,
to his own fans. To his own fans.
Yeah, that's not right.
No.
Hey.
You gotta be more junch. Be like Di Maria. Give him I can't imagine a Porto player like a big Porto player trying to do that hug celebration for the Portistas to the clacks. They start throwing bricks at the guy like, down on the ground.
We don't hug.
Hug.
The hell?
What the fuck?
It's a hard knock life in Porto.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Bruno
He's trying to love us. Get him.
Bruno Brigido, the goalkeeper, 33 years old on Strela. That guy made some fucking incredible saves today.
Brigido.
Porto sitting still in second. Benfica with that game in hand, which we talked about. Nacional coming up soon. If you draw or lose, you sit in third place. Porto sits in second. And Sporting still in the lead, 2 points ahead of Porto.
Look, we win the game in hand, 1 point behind Sporting.
Yep.
And we get to play them.
Then you get to play him.
Things could all
get our
be-
And we
shot.
still have to beat Estoril before Sporting. But yeah.
We get our shot at them, but that's gonna be a huge game. Sporting's got kind of a little bit of what do you call it, murderer's row there. They got to play Sporting and Porto within the month. We already got our Porto out of the way.
Sitting in fourth place, Santa Clara. And they, by the skin of their teeth, they managed to stay in fourth place even after a loss to Aruca. Jason with a fucking incredible free kick.
Oh, Jason's sick, man. That was a great free kick.
That was tremendous. Yeah.
They still he's still the one piece of the Spanish Armada. It's still
Yep.
there, right?
He's still hanging out, doing his duty.
I mean, if you're gonna lose like that, you can't be that mad, can you?
I mean,
Yeah. Say, damn. That was nice.
It's a piece of magic, piece of skill.
well, Santa Clara was on a 4-game win streak of all 1-0 wins. So, I mean, as well as it's results, but it's not like overwhelming.
Yeah, it's not convincing, but
Yes.
they're getting the job done.
They're like the
They're showing up to work barely on time. They're doing their job, and they're not going to be employee of the month, but they're
not
it.
taking L's.
No, they're not taking
And
L's.
they weren't dropping points.
Yep,
They're the fourth best employee at the at the job site.
exactly. And a job site of 20 people.
Yeah. You're up there, man.
18 or 16?
16.
Stop asking questions.
You know what I got?
Look bad.
You know what I got? I was gonna. I love your sort of metaphor. I was gonna go more sports. I was like, they're kind of like Kansas City Chiefs this year. They're just
Ooh.
like barely scraping by, but they're picking up the dubs.
Yeah.
And it's like you're like at the end of it, you're like, how the fuck they win that game? You know?
Yeah.
So, to bring it back to a little American football, the wrong one, of course. We all know.
And we were at the bar watching the Benfica game. And this man strolls in. It's like the 70th minute of the Benfica game. And he starts talking to this table behind us. He goes, "Man, I'm so sad today. Santa Clara lost."
To Aruca, yeah.
He was so broken. It was
He wasn't
adorable.
gonna. He wasn't gonna come in that day.
No.
But then they lost. He had to come into the bar. He felt so sad.
I think he goes every day. Yeah, I see him all the time.
Yeah, he was lying. He was bullshitting. He was making up an excuse. I see that guy every day.
The guy that comes to the bar every day, I wasn't going to come today.
Oh, Chris, you would like this. You know what happened to him?
What happened?
He got all taken aback because they handed him a mustard, and the mustard wouldn't come out. And you know why?
It's empty.
It was a new mustard.
He had to
Take
take
the peel the thing off.
Yeah, done. Screw it. Take the peel off.
He's going.
and
Everyone's like, look at
he,
this.
He was going around the world. Can you believe this? Can you believe this kind of
They
shit?
didn't peel this. They let the customer do it.
He goes, I'm going home.
This is the worst day ever. First Santa Car lose, and I gotta take the peel off the mustard.
But you know, after that, you get fresh mustard. I mean, I don't know.
And then he sang the song. How's it go, Chris?
The mustard song.
yeah, you know, from
Kendrick.
last week.
Mustard.
You still haven't listened to this
I
song?
heard the song. I heard it. It's funnier if I do it wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Stop asking questions.
He's the host of the goddamn podcast. You're gonna make him stop asking questions.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Braga get curb stomped by Roma 3-0 in the Europa League. Mateusz gets sent off in the 68th. I think the 2 goals would come later in the game. So they were down 1-0. Goalie gets a red, and then 2 late goals. Today, huge thriller against Famalicão, 3-3 game. Ricardo Horta was red hot with, I think, 2 goals. Gustavo Sa and Gil Diaz also doing some damage for Fama. Probably the best match of the week.
Oh yeah.
That 2 top team. I mean, not top teams, but the teams fighting for those European places. Famalicão, Braga. Famalicão might finish ahead of Braga. I mean, Braga's. They're meant to be challenging for the title with this new ownership group. They're more like fighting off teams for 4th. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Their usual.
This is standard.
I just remember Braga being very comfortably in 4th place a lot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Now they're fighting with
Now they're
these other
fighting,
dogs.
Yeah.
And hey, Guimarães, they're good. How about them?
What wasn't finished about Braga?
No, I'm sorry, but they're fighting too.
Yeah. So Braga, they're in tough with Famalicão. That Gil Diaz goal, how sick was that?
Nasty.
Gil Diaz.
Gil Diaz.
That's why we picked them up. That's why Benfica used to have
They saw something in the
stock.
kid.
That's why we used to have them.
That's why we used to have him. That's why we had stock in Gil Diaz. Okay, he could do things like that. Little left-footed curler in the top cheese.
Hey, but hey, that's where he belongs. Fama.
Oh, absolutely. No
But you can
disagreements
shine there.
No disagreements there, my brother. And then Ricardo Horta, who we just talked about last week, being kind of like, what's happened to the Ricardo Horta era? The Ricardo Horta era of the Portuguese league has ended, and now it's the dawn of the new era,
The Bruma era.
the Bruma era. And you know what Ricardo Horta says? He says, "I'm still fucking here.
Yeah.
I ain't
I'm
fucking
still
leaving."
here."
So yeah, that happened today. Pretty exciting. On to Guimarães. Midweek, they played Saint Gallen of Switzerland, and they crushed them like 4-1. Menge, Gustavo Silva, Bayao, and Samu score.
That's wicked to see. That's what's getting us coefficient points.
Get
and
the coefficients.
I will say, in this little town of Saint Gallen, Switzerland, the Guimarães fans showed out. They made it all white and black. There was white, there was black. Together, they made Guimarães.
Doesn't sound like Guimarães.
Jesus.
And then today, 2-2 draw with Rio Ave dropping some points in the league. Overall, good game. Today, on Monday, 3 games. Porto, Guimarães, Braga.
Big
Played on
games, yeah.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, but
Huge
they got
games.
the rest.
Yeah, those Thursday Conference Europa League days are screwing over the schedules, man. Good show.
Makes for a good Monday.
It does. It does. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Just a reminder, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe wherever you get podcasts. We're on YouTube. Check us out there. Take some time. Leave a rating. Leave a review. Tell your friends. And then we're also on Patreon. If you want to hear some extra content, check in there.
And that's the only other place we're at.
Yeah. Little subscription policy there and some extra laughs if you like that. And it's a nice way to say thank you for doing the pod in general. So
Feel free to reach out if you have any questions,
questions, concerns.
concerns.
Topics.
We'll address anything.
I'm not showing you pictures of my hair.
What about your butt? We talked about that last week.
That was on the Patreon. You have to pay for that one.
I send mine to Palm almost every week.
Your butt?
Yeah, I think that might be
Someone-
why they stopped opening our stuff.
They're not opening those. Yeah.
Someone sent us this because Justin was asking about other Portuguese people that are famous. The harbor master in Jaws was Frank Silva.
Oh,
Wow, nice pull.
Yeah. So someone brought that up, sent it our way.
Of course, he's king of the ocean. That's why.
And was this guy an evil character or a good character?
I mean, he wasn't the crazy guy that wanted to kill a shark. So I think
And he wasn't the shark.
He
who
wasn't the
who was
shark.
the most evil character. So it's middle of the road. It wasn't as evil as the mayor. Remember the mayor said, get those people back on the beaches. We need to feed this shark.
Is that what he said?
Yep. I've
We need
seen
to
it.
feed the shark.
The hungry shark out there.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, just a final closing thank you to Palma. I was able to, buy my family a house because of that. I was able to buy them buy myself a Ferrari.
And a Figo belt.
And a Figo belt and the Figo sneakers.
I didn't see 1 cent of the Palma money.
What?
Justin.
Well,
took all
I
of it.
put on credit, but I'm assuming it's coming in soon, right?
Oh, yeah, we're it's
Palma
all tied
money.
up in belts.
Yeah.
All right. In England, lots happening. Pep's nightmare continues. They lose 2-0 midweek to a very mid Juve in the Champions League. No one even talked about that. That just kind of, there's too many games in the Champions League now, and you're just like, I can't follow all this shit.
Yeah, it's like an entire they've managed to turn Champions League into the equivalent of the NBA Cup. And the NBA Cup was trying to be what the Champions League is like, and it's like they've kind of middled. They've kind of come together and said we're both unimportant,
Yeah, a little bit.
They should do crazy courts in the Champions League.
That's right. They should.
More colors.
Paint the field weird.
They should do what all those options you can do in FIFA, where you're like, okay, now the lines are gonna be yellow and the nets are gonna be yellow and the ball's gonna be crazy.
It's a crazy ball.
See it? Yeah. We're playing with only Jubilant.
Jubilanis, I was thinking that, yeah.
So yeah, Pep again still on this terrible streak. The only team he's managed to beat in the last 9 or 10 games was Nottingham Forest somehow. But other than that, it's been all ties and losses. And then Manchester Derby.
Oh my God, a little spillage.
And we're back. All right.
Cleaned it up.
Yep. So yeah, that was a midweek UCL. Manchester United, on the other hand, they face big bad Victoria Pleasant. They beat them 2-1. Hoyland with 2 goals. And Bruno with a nice cheeky assist on that free kick there.
He's got him going.
Yeah. And then these 2 giants met on the weekend on Sunday, and it was a 2-1 win for the Red Devils. Amorim does Pep in once again.
Ooh, nice.
Dallo playing.
Dallo.
Bruno. Ruben. Bernardo.
Mateus.
And Mateus Nunes, who might have had the biggest impact on the entire game.
A lot of Portuguese in this game.
A lot of Portuguese, and then you got Ruben Amorim. He leaves out Garnacho and Rashford. That's the big talking point.
Not even on the bench. They're sitting in the stands.
Bad juju.
Wow.
People are saying that, Chris. So people are saying that Garnacho's brother is leaking the team early.
I saw that, the lineups.
Yeah, he's leaking the lineup, so it could be.
It's got to be from Garnacho.
But do you think? And then people are not. They're not. They don't know if it's. He keeps hinting that it's like training. That's the thing. And he says, listen, I look at the way these people eat. I look at the way they dressed for the games. I look at the way they interact with each other at the in
This
the
is Ruben
game.
Amorim saying
This is Ruben, yeah. He's saying he looks at the way they're eating.
Wow.
Everything.
Well, that's what we talk about, the lunch
Sleeping.
tables.
Yeah, he's going right to the lunch tables.
Chew
I love
your damn food.
yeah, specifically the way. I was saying maybe Rashford reached for a shepherd's pie, a little dessert after. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't look good for him.
He's grabbing the mustard bottle, ripping the thing right off.
No,
Or no.
he's not ripping it off. He's stabbing it with a knife.
He's
And he's leaving the little cap on there.
Give me that mustard.
Yeah.
or even worse, he's complaining to the staff maybe about them leaving the mustard cap on, and Ruben's like, I don't like that. Come on, just do it yourself. What do you? You're too above the team. So he's seen something. Patrick bringing it to the lunch table, right? That's what you're happy with.
He also said that when people are losing jobs around here, we have to be more serious or something.
Yeah.
Who's losing jobs?
Hey, maybe it's the scouting department. Maybe it's someone on the inside. Who knows?
Well, Ten Hag lost his job, right? Famously.
Oh, okay.
So
Maybe that's what he's
he
referencing.
could be referencing that, but I believe the head.
there's the secretary. She lost her job.
Yeah.
Well, she died.
Oh man.
No, the head guy made a bunch of cuts all throughout the whole place.
So
Fergie, remember Fergie lost his job? Someone else lost his job. They
Fired Ferguson?
Well, it was kind of like 10 years, 12 years ago. No, it was like he was like an honorary ambassador. He lost that job.
Oh.
They didn't want to pay. They're like in full cut mode.
All these guys on the payroll.
Yeah. They're cutting people on the payroll.
They got to trim the fat.
Tighten up.
I'm saying so then, if you don't want to be part of the fat that's trimmed, stop reaching for the bacon. That's pretty fatty, right?
Yeah.
Now that's not what I'm saying. I'm just making a joke. Bruno obviously Ruben saw something he didn't like. He didn't want him playing. So that was the whole big thing. But then fucking who needs him?
Well, yeah.
You got
Diallo.
That guy, since Amorim started, I think Diallo's been my favorite player in all of Manchester.
He's incredible.
Fantastic.
He's good, yeah.
All of Manchester, so the other team included too.
Well, they've been shit. They've been shit since before he got there. So, but yeah, on that day, Kevin De Bruyne,
Nice pour.
back in the squad, he gets the assist on the Gavardiol goal to start the scoring.
A janky ass goal, kind of, but Gavardiol's a big boy. They couldn't stop him from heading that in, especially not with a center defenders like Lisandro Lopez.
And
Lisandro Martinez.
yeah, with his stupid
Lisandro
haircut.
Lopez.
Also, corner kicks, Ruben Amorim's kryptonite.
Ah, yes. Might have to get a specialista in there. But, they keep it close. And then Bernardo got really upset about this at the end of the game. He said something about, you make stupid plays. We played like under 15s. He was really slamming him home. He said, it was a really stupid play. And obviously, Mateus Nunes is the one who gave up that penalty. Just clattered right into him.
Yeah.
For no reason. And then gives up the penalty. And
Yeah,
then,
things turn around real late. Diallo wins the penalty. Bruno scores it. Pretty no-nonsense penalty there. And then moments later, Diallo again comes up with a huge chapeau over Ederson and then seals the points.
Yeah, got to give it up to the pass by Lisandro Martinez on that one. He saw him. Ruben loves center backs that can play with their feet, that can find that long pass, picking out passes.
Mezraoui's pretty good, too.
Mezraoui played, I think, on the wing for this one, wing back. People also really like De Ligt and Maguire, which makes me think that it's like, if he can get something out of these guys, that's a true sign of a good coach. If you can just turn Maguire around, and obviously Maguire needs to, have the mentality too, but turn himself back into a good player.
If this guy can turn Harry Maguire around, I don't even know what to say. What do you say to that?
Yeah. My worry is that
Amazing.
then they won't back him because they'll be like, "Oh, you guys, you have a great team, you have a great team. We don't need any more new players. Just get better with these guys."
Well,
But
if it's working.
I just want to give it up to that piece of skill that fucking Diallo did to tip it over off the up bounce. Like, you know what I mean? It bounced and then it's going up and then he pops it up over the fucking goalie. That's so sick. And then he kicks it across, and Mateus Nunes is just kind of standing there, not willing to kick it out.
It's not even like the cleanest, on target shot. But
Those two guys look like bumbling idiots there. Like
They look like the two Stooges.
Yeah. Carragher made a point in passing when him and Thierry Henry were analyzing. He goes very quickly. He's like, and no one's going to be offside because Ruben Diaz is there. Meaning, I guess he's taking a shot at Ruben Diaz.
He doesn't know how to play position.
Or that he plays so far back all the time that he just he lets everyone be onside.
A subtle chirp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I caught it and I didn't like it.
There's the Viking battle going on. Højlund's been scoring as of recently, a little more than Haaland, and they were kind of going at it in the box. That was interesting. Højlund also going at it with Kyle Walker there. Kyle Walker just fell down.
Yeah, there was a red card and it got rescinded, or the
No,
ref
they didn't.
did something, no?
No,
They checked it.
They checked
definitely
it and they
checked
said
it.
Kyle Walker looks like a bitch.
Yeah.
The end.
They go, no card, Kyle
Yeah.
Walker, you're a bitch.
They're like, you did just as much as he did, but you just fell down, and there's video evidence.
Yeah. Thank goodness that they're finally. But I think this is where VAR always gets me is like.
But that one was so blatant. Like,
Yeah, but then I feel like in a World Cup they would be like, well, their heads touched, so it is a red card. Their heads should not have touched it.
you know
It went
what?
down.
No more cards, concussion subs for both of them.
That's right.
Yeah, overall, pretty great game.
Dope game, especially if you're not. I have no allegiance to both. I like seeing Ruben Amorim do well. So good
Like
for him.
City fall down the table because they've won enough times, and I don't want to see that shit again.
Yeah. There's some scratches seen on the back of Pep's head. I don't know. I think he might be. I think he just needs to cut his nails because like everyone scratches their head. He's got such a a visible head. It's like maybe just shorten your nails.
Yeah, why is he keeping his nails so long?
I don't know.
You can call him bald, Justin. It's okay. It's not a slur.
No, we're coming back away from that. Only Chris can call him bald. I cannot. I'm not
The
part
B
of that
word?
group. Yeah.
It's the B word.
What did you think of Lisandro Martinez's hair, Chris?
Oh yeah, he looks like a 4-year-old who just turned to an adult. You know Tom Hanks in the movie Big?
Yes.
That's like
Lisandro
the same-
Martinez got
Martinez
big?
big?
No. Yeah.
You think he got big? Do you think he saw the machine in Coney Island?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he had simple Jack hair.
Oh my.
He kind of did have simple Jack hair.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's doing okay. Anyways, anything else on the Manchester Derby?
Yeah, fuck them. Rough times in Manchester. Oh well.
Yep. Chelsea go down to Kazakhstan for the Conference League. They beat Atsana 3-1. Renato Vega on the board for the Blues. Neto would also bag and assist that game. So they're doing okay. But again, they're down in Kazakhstan, so it can't be that hard.
This is so weird. Like
Yeah.
this from I'm just quickly from a Liverpool perspective. It's like Man City are falling. It's like okay, cool. The path is clear. Chelsea come out from the fucking the dungeons.
The woodwork. I
Yeah.
think.
From the Kazakhstans?
Yeah. I think you gotta say like you gotta be lucky, you gotta feel lucky that it's like it feels aligned for you for the Liverpool folks because I don't think Chelsea's not ready. You know what I mean? They are smoking all these teams, so like they. But I think they'll come up against some of the bigger top six, and they'll drop points there. But I
We'll
think all these
see.
little guys, they are great at beating the little teams.
Yeah. Well, do you know who's not great at beating the little teams right now? The Pool.
Liverpool's on a bit of a slump, eh?
A little bit of a slump.
Yeah. Well, hey man, it's Marco Silva's Fulham they're going up against.
That's true. It was a pretty decent.
That's true.
But
That's good management by the Portuguese.
Hell yeah.
Diogo Jota is back.
Oh, yeah.
He's back. I'm like, should I put money on this guy to score? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to play 5 minutes on the pitch. He scores.
Yeah, great
Killer.
finish.
This guy's incredible. You guys still don't think so, eh?
I'm liking him more. I believe
Yeah.
in him.
I was
A little
gonna-
bit.
I was gonna pose a question to you actually on the next segment when we get to France, but might as well do it now since
Yep.
you're asking me a question. I'm gonna ask a question right back to you.
Yeah.
But you said no more questions.
No more questions about how stupid we look.
No surprise question.
This is
Facts.
this is opinion.
Okay.
Portugal's playing tomorrow. They gotta win. Cristiano Ronaldo is injured. He said, or like his plane got canceled, so he forget about him.
He doesn't want to play.
No, that's not true. That's unrealistic, Chris. His flight got canceled.
He got COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No.
In this scenario,
Okay, go ahead.
do you start Jota or do you start Gonzalo Ramos?
Jota.
Of course he starts Jota.
You start Jota.
You would start Gonzalo Ramos over Jota?
I would start Jota.
I would start Gonzalo Ramos over Jota, but
No
that
way.
might be a
I think that's a Benfiquista bias.
maybe.
Yeah, he was just injured and he's just coming back now.
And he's killing it. He scored 2 goals this week.
He scored a couple of garbage goals, but those are still goals.
Garbage goals count.
But he's
You
playing
gotta
in
be
a,
there. You gotta
he's
finish.
He's playing in a garbage league.
He's feisty too. The way he got to that goal against Lyon, he had to win that ball in the midfield.
He set it up, yeah.
Yeah, so
Jota's playing in the most competitive league in the world, and he's training with champions every day. Gonzalo Ramos is playing in the McDonald's league.
Jota's too little. Jota's too little.
They're the same size.
I didn't bring it up earlier when you were talking about little guys, but he's up there, man. He's up there with the little guys. He's got that big brain energy. Little guy, big brain. He's walking around with like a little computer, calculating everything. Where do I have to be? Where's this play
Like
gonna
Terminator?
go? Where's the ball gonna land? Yes,
Okay.
he's that kind of guy.
Big brain energy.
And
He's good at headers.
great at headers.
Fantastic header.
I'll give him that. He is a good header of the ball.
And yeah, they had a man down. They could have easily won this game with a man down.
That first goal was like a freak occurrence. That was a Gakpo.
Gakpo,
Just
yeah.
flying through the air, diving header.
Beautiful assist by Salah. Other than that, Salah was a ghost this game. I don't know. We're like, oh, this guy's amazing, Ballon d'Or. He had a bad game. That's fine.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, you can have a bad game.
Nuno Espirito Santo.
Well, actually, you can't have a bad game. Clearly proven because they drew the game.
That's true.
So you can't have a bad game. This guy's got to show up every week.
He's
Sorry,
gotta
Evan,
show
go ahead.
Nuno, his Forest defeat Aston Villa to jump up to 4th place, and they stay there because City lost to United. So yeah, Forest just up in 4th place like Santa Clara, rising from the ashes.
They are the Santa Clara of the English league. Yeah.
People should Nuno that he's too defensive. He plays very not. People still love him at Wolves. I see tweets all the time. But fucking loved him at Wolves.
Bringing back that Brian Clough era.
A guy.
Forest.
Yeah, a guy
He's gonna win the Champions League, guys.
It could be done. Number 3. It could be done.
Forest has done it before.
Well, the thing about these sort of English teams is they have so much money. So even Forest has more money than fucking almost every team in Italy, or just about as much, because they have the TV rights. But someone asked, you'd like this. Someone asked, Spiritu Santo, if he was nervous. How come you look like you're never nervous? You're so calm. He's like, I look like it, but I'm like shitting myself. Something like that.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
he said he was shitting himself.
Terrified all the time.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't say he was shitting himself.
Yeah.
But I joked it up.
Well, one man's shit is another man's fart.
Yeah, he could be farting out there on the sideline.
Yeah.
It's a common anxiety. What do you call it? Symptom.
The shit.
Symptom.
Yeah.
No. What do you call it? Fight or flight.
Yeah.
Or what do you call it? Shit or fight.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got one in the chamber. He's just farting it out.
Yeah.
Guys, come on. This is why we're not on Palm anymore.
No, they like this kind of shit.
Nuno's old team, Wolves, they lose 2-1 to Ipswich. Gary O'Neill is finally sacked.
Damn.
Out with the English, in with the Portuguese. Vitor Pereira taking over at Wolverhampton.
Is that official?
Is that real?
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this.
I'm like 90% sure it's been confirmed today.
Well, I'm happy they go back to Portuguese. We're going to get some Gonzalo Guedes starts, maybe, hopefully. I don't know.
Yeah, I think an English man doesn't belong on Wolves.
No.
No, it's
a
wrong.
Portuguese
Doesn't work
team.
like that on Wolves.
You guys see this one?
Ever since they started Ruben Neves.
Wolverhampton.
Yeah. The thing about Vitor Pereira is he speak the truth. He's speaking the truth.
Yep.
He will not let some Qatari Saudi guy tell him what he can and cannot talk about at a press conference.
He was at Shabab. He was Shababbing before.
Oh, he was Al Shabaab.
He was Shababbing.
He's very mad about a lot of things, and he said, I've never been told what to talk about at a press conference. Boy, he did not like that.
What is this?
Cunha snatched this guy's glasses at the end of the game.
Yep, there's a little fight after the game in Wolverhampton Ipswich, his 2-1 game, and Cunha, he just rips the glasses off his Ipswich assistant manager or something.
Give me those.
Give me that.
Give
Did
me
you put
those,
him on the
nerd.
ground or do you keep him in his hand?
Hilarious, though.
Wow.
But yeah, Vitor Pereira coming to the Premier League, and he's won it all. He's got so much money. He's coached in China, Qatar, Saudi. He's won the Saudi league, the Chinese league. He's been in Turkey. He's been in Greece. He's done it all.
He's taking
Good
all the money.
experience.
He's taking all the money from all the far-flung countries
Yeah.
of the world.
He's been there. He's got fired. He's got the payout. He's
Yeah.
won the trophies. Now he just needs to coach.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
You know who else has been all over the world?
Who?
Sa Pinto. I say get him.
Get Sa Pinto somewhere.
Sao Pinto in the Premier League would be absolutely insane. He
Sa-
wouldn't last a day.
I love
Pinto
it.
needs to come to Toronto. That's what I want to see.
That would be fucking crazy.
That'd be the best.
You get those bucket race car seats and you can hear everything that guy is saying. And it's just nuts. Just like nuts from
He
beginning to
rips the
end.
chair apart. Very exciting. See what Vitor Pereira does, bringing Wolverhampton back to their Portuguese roots. People are saying that it's the Menge Mafia, just running that whole club.
Oh,
He
of
just
course.
gets whatever guy he wants.
Yeah, exactly. And it is.
Of
It is.
course.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they let a British guy fucking coach that team. That was ridiculous.
The board was like, let us have one guy.
And he says, and then George Mendes says, see how that goes for you? You see what happened out there?
Yeah.
Now I'm in control again.
And he
Never again.
says, you know what? None of these guys on the team speak English.
Yeah. How are they supposed to know how to do what they were supposed to do?
Yeah. You start talking to them in English, they're just going to be backheeling everywhere.
Yeah.
In Italy, Lyon and Tammy Abraham both score as AC Milan beat Red Star Belgrade 2-1 in the Champions League.
Who's Red Star Belgrade?
Cervezda Vizhezda.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Rafael Leon's goal was sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were wearing gray that day. On the weekend, I think they tied Genoa 0-0, but they were wearing this like 150-year anniversary super old kit.
That looks sick.
Crazy.
It's a sick one, yeah.
Yeah. But
125, I think it is.
125? Yeah, that sounds about right. Beautiful kit, but no goals in it.
They probably we didn't check out these Genoa highlights, and what I'm guessing is they probably didn't get Rafael Leão a breakaway. Every time I see him scoring, the guy's on some kind of rush breakaway. If you don't create one for him, he can't score.
Yeah.
You got to service the man.
Yeah.
And Milan is on fire in the Champions League. They're like killing it. But then in Italy, like not doing very well.
That's classic Milan, though. They only care about champions.
Also, Portuguese manager there.
Yes.
Always forget.
Paulo Fonseca.
Always forget he's there. And then today also in Italy, Inter fucking destroyed Lazio like 6-0. Wild.
What happened there? Where's Guendouzi?
Guendouzi, who knows?
Where's Nuno Tavares? Who knows?
In France, we alluded to earlier, but in the Champions League, Gonzalo Ramos returns with the goal, as does Nuno Mendes. They beat Salzburg 3-0 with some help from Hakimi on the assists. And then on the weekend, Vitinha puts one in from the spot to put the Parisians up 2-1 against Lyon. And then Gonzalo Ramos would cap that game with a third goal.
I'm going to say with these two beauties in the midfield, I'm going to be like Doncher. You got two beautiful Portuguese guys in the midfield, two little guys. And then at the top, you got Gonzalo Ramos. Now that they got Gonzalo Ramos, a true striker up there at the top, you watch this PSG team is going to be unstoppable. Nuno Mendes, wing back, one of our best wing backs. I'll tell you what, when we send them to Paris, we send our best. It's not like Wolverhampton. We're sending our second best. We're sending our best to Paris.
Go to Paris. Yeah.
The best go to Paris.
And none of these Russian guys over on this team either.
No.
Yeah. Oh, we don't like them.
The French Canadians are a bunch of wussies. Yeah.
And the least they could do is wear the poppy. They come over here, they want our milk and honey in Paris.
Lebda were the poppy. Lebda and Yebda.
Don Cherry loved Lebda.
Did he?
Oh, he's a hardworking guy, Lebda. Same with Yebda.
One of the worst players I've ever seen.
Same with Yebda. Let me tell you something about these PSG guys. I think they're gonna win the title. I mean, what a prediction from me! What a prediction from me! I think they might win the title. Yeah, good on them. I'm wearing a Gramos jersey right now.
Ramos. Saudi, the Ronaldo ticker still at 9:16. Al Nasser, I looked with their calendar. They're off until January 9th. They go dark for a whole month.
Must be Ramadan.
Is that
or
like
something.
religious?
No, I don't know.
No.
Well, it's not Christmas.
Yeah.
What
Anything
the fuck?
Why are they playing on Christmas Day?
Something's happening over there. They take a break for that month or something.
It's too hot.
Yeah, it's not like it's off season. That's just how their schedule works. But yeah, Ronaldo's chilling, I guess. Off to Lisbon.
All right.
It must be.
What about some? I got some. Before we get to the local boys, I got
There's
some.
nothing local.
Got some Turkish news.
Tell me.
Jose Mourinho's in second place. You said he went off. He went crazy on the weekend.
They beat Başakşehir 3-1.
Okay, very nice.
Completely dominated them.
And a guy you don't hear about anymore, a Benfica guy that no one talks about, Jedson Fernandez scored midweek in the Champions League. Jedson Fernandez.
He's loving his life in Turkey. He was at Gala before.
Yeah.
Now he's at Besiktas.
He's got Portuguese friends there.
He's got João Mario with him and Rafa.
They got a beautiful lunch table. They're not just eating doner. Sometimes they will eat churrasqueira. I heard it's great.
We had doner.
I know. We had kebab and doner. That's what got me into the Turkish mood of thinking about Jedson. I said, "Wow, this is what Jedson's always having."
So it was a 2-1 loss to Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, but who
Oh,
scored?
that's not good.
Yeah, but who scored?
Fernandes.
Jedson. Yeah.
Man, that Bodo Glimt, they're killers. They are absolute killers.
They're a machine. And I just want to
And they
highlight.
have Al Muzrak. They got Big Al.
Yeah.
They got big up.
He's got to speak Portuguese by now.
Wait, they have Endor too.
And Cher. Holy shit, this team's crazy.
They have Cher.
And I just wanted to highlight the point that I've always tried to make. That's like, okay, you're a Portuguese player. You know, there's a lot of leagues you can play on. But if you go to Turkey or Greece, you will never be talked about or thought about ever again. And I'm just saying, Jedson Fernandez, you've proven our point. It's taken us almost like 3 years fully to talk about Jedson again. So,
Yeah.
you know, sayonara, see you later. Rafa, same. Okay, goodbye.
João Mario. Song of the week.
Pencil drop.
I'll give it to that guy on Rio Ave.
Rio Ave.
Wasn't it Rio Ave?
It was Rio Ave had a decent goal. I think that was Fabio Ronaldo. Jason on Aruca with that free kick.
Not a stonk.
No. Gil Diaz smashed one.
Not a stonk. Curlers.
Oh, no, that first Rio Ave goal, yeah. That first Rio Ave goal was a stonk.
Thought he kind of stonked it.
Yeah.
Good to Rio Ave, man.
Okay, Rio Ave, man. Congrats. João Wonder. This is our best Portuguese performance of the week. There's quite a few, I guess.
I gotta nominate my boy Jedson Fernandez.
Oh, for the loss and the
One
goal.
loss? Come on.
But I also gotta nominate my boy Gonzalo Ramos.
Ramos
Yeah,
is
he
up
scored
there.
2. Trincao scored 2.
Ooh,
Trincao scored 2.
Gil Diaz with a big one. Horta with 2.
Vito Pereira with a big hiring. He hasn't done anything yet, but he got
Can't give a
hired.
man for getting hired.
Why not?
We
when your
did
friend
that
gets
job.
hired, when your friend gets hired at a job, do you not all go and celebrate, or do you wait until he gets his first paycheck?
But you don't get an award. You haven't done anything yet.
You know,
You don't get Employee of the Month.
But you congratulate him, don't you?
Congratulations, we can say.
I thought João Wonder was more of a congratulations kind of deal. I didn't know. Yeah, I mean,
No,
no, it's an award.
It's
an
performance
award.
based.
You're right. It's an award. We can leave
What
it
do you
up.
want to say,
We can-
Jota?
No, I wasn't gonna say Jota. I mean, I love my Jota, but we can leave it to the fans.
Nuno Espirito Santo.
Ooh,
Give him a shout.
another coach week, eh?
Super NES.
We can do fans.
I would
we
say
can go-
I would do Nuno Espirito Santo if it was a bigger game. Aston Villa, I know they're fighting for. I know we're
It
fighting,
was a
but
pretty huge game.
But they're not a traditionally big team. If it was a traditionally big team, I would.
When the last year,
They're
year
in the
and a bit-
Champions League this year.
Yeah, I would say that's a big. I would say that for them, that's a big game.
But did you
And-
hear that when I said the word traditional?
I heard that.
Okay.
But he was doing it
Traditional
for you
values.
recently. And Emiliano Martinez, that Mook, he made a big save in that game.
You can't say that.
Is that a bad word?
Yeah.
What does that
You,
mean?
you actually have to cut
I
that.
don't think it is.
I don't think you have to.
Oh, okay.
We'll Google it later.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
You can't say bald.
No, you're gonna have to cut that.
Okay, so we got Nuno, Trincao, we got Horta, and Gonzalo Ramos.
Okay, we'll throw that to a vote.
Let's put it to a vote.
All right, thanks once again for listening. Hit us up on socials at Portugal_Corner on X, Portugal Corner on Insta. Join us on Patreon. Listen to us on YouTube. Email us at portugalcorner@gmail.com. Subscribe to wherever you get your podcast. Take a minute to leave a rating and review. And tell your friends. We're doing a podcast.
If you just sit around in bars or you just sit around with your friends or you call your friends and all you talk about is Portuguese players in soccer, tell your other friends about us,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, you know what? You can say it. It just feels like a slur. You know what I mean? Just one of those ones that's like that. It doesn't.
What does it mean?
Hey, the Three Stooges said Mook all the time.
Imbecile, which is what they
Yeah,
are. Yeah.
they're a bunch of mooks.
You got it from the Three Stooges. Bringing it right back
Nah, I
all the
think
way
I got
back
it.
around town.
Yeah.
Is that like dolt?
Dolt, yeah.
I kind of like. Dolt.
say don't.
Guy's a dolt.
You can't say the D word.
This guy's a real flat soda over here.
All right. See you later.
Ciao.
Bye.
Merry Grinchmas.
Merry Christmas.